Hey guys, it's Kusi. After a fantastic beginning to the season with our Red Paladin series, we followed up with a painful to watch journey in form of our hairy little mistress while going through hell, back, and then back to hell again with the Restoration Druid. So I can hear you ask, what's next? You have done it all. Well, besides tanking. So we play another DPS because I freaking deserve to have some fun. Leave me alone.
Daddy, chill.
And just so I won't have to explain it to you myself, I'll show you this quick clip and then we all know what to expect. Enjoy this super random weird minute of editing which, well, have fun.
Psych! On Friday, December the 13th, which is today, a new hero emerges.
Oh yeah, and make sure to like and subscribe because that would be great.
We conquered the light and suffered through the seemingly unending depths of a hell covered in flowers. But as we get closer to the coldest time of the year, the time of warmth is upon us. Be witness as we cleanse the cold-hearted and utterly insulting looking for Group 2 with the only thing that matters, setting shit on fire. Kissed by the sun itself, this journey will go beyond Keystone Hero and will not only conquer Mythic Plus, but also look good while doing it as a Void Babe.
Now, before I start to show you how my preparation and gearing for this character looked like, considering I called it cheating in the intro, first I need you guys to drop the 07 in the comments for our boy, the Sub-Rogue. Believe it or not, when I did this poll to let you decide what to play, it was pretty much Fire Mage versus Sub-Rogue, the least played range spec versus the least played melee. But no need to stay in the past because I could already tell when leveling this character that Fire Mage is borderline fun. A quick side note here, I did play Fire once in my life during BFA, in which the core idea, Hot Streaks, Fire Blast and the connected buff to it was already a thing. But boy is this a different game and a different spec now. So let's talk about the playstyle and the incredible fun that our lamppost will bring us over the next few weeks a bit later, and let's focus on gearing. But first, rules. In Zero to Hero tradition, this will be a 100% grade A, money back guaranteed solo queue experience. Meaning, we won't have any boosties from friends or guildmates. Naturally, this character is not linked to my right IO as well, which means no one will be able to tell that I played a face roll melee and a walking log so far, which would probably be more of a reason to not take me in the first place. However, I will have the option to maybe join a guild just for the social aspect, as I'm a big advocate of the multiplayer part in MMOs. Again, not for boosting reasons. With that out of the way, let's talk about the goal, or partly. We are going beyond Keystone Hero with this full portal run. Every dungeon timed on +10 or above will be the minimum to achieve this, and depending on how this goes, I will increase that goal eventually. Okay, so the rules are set. So what did I mean when I said I cheated a little bit? Well, I leveled the character myself, meaning no cheating involved there, no boosting. But considering it's the Christmas season and I am an incredible busy bee in this time of the year, I thought I simply quicken my early gearing experience by using those bad boys. The Harbinger equipment chest crates are Battle.net bound, and you can grab those once a character of yours has a certain rating to their name, 350 Valor Stone each. So instead of farming LFR in 2 different raids, clapping some delves and bunny hopping my way to heroic dungeons or Mythic Zero, I went this quick route to ensure I can play keys pretty much instantly. But again, this was more or less a decision to do simply because I was on limited time and I wanted to get the character ready for our birthday stream last week. Which, by the way, thank you all for showing up, that was insane. With that, I hope you don't mind me grabbing myself some lousy vet items to start the journey, just to skip the chores. I also made sure I collected some bloody tokens while leveling, so I can grab myself some extra vet items from the PvP vendor that I am potentially missing. Insane how fast one can grab gear this expansion as an alt. I had some extra chests from time walking, which got me a normal raid item, which was an item from the Silken Cord. Nope, it was the necklace. Big verse, little mastery. It's okay for now. Furthermore, I had the kill the final boss quest from the Uldur time walking, which gave me a hero chest piece. Insane. So after opening all of the stuff I gathered from the dungeon chests, time walking and daily chests, and world boss quests, we actually ended up on an item level of 593. Actual full vet geared. Fantastic. I also got super lucky and snagged myself some gems from the dungeon crates as I got the Changeling, which is giga insane, as well as the Grimbatol ring. And just because of the beautiful alt catch-up mechanic of stacking catalyst charges, we ended up with 4 set just like that. But you know me, of course I might quickly jump into LFR to secure the Mag Daddy of trinkets, which I also got on my druid the very first try, easy peasy. And I would have won that without any question if it would have dropped. Unlucky. Yet the good thing about, I'ma say, enhancing your gearing experience is that we can go straight into keys. So after a quick item upgrade, we applied for some keys in order to grab our own, the old-fashioned way. And I don't know what you guys are complaining about, but I got invited rather instantly into a party that already started the key and had a lever. I don't think that works, chief. Okay, no way I'ma be this lucky again. Ooh, another invite, let's go. So while we are starting our journey in the Mist 2, let's talk about what the core gameplay of Fire Mage looks like without getting too much into details, since I don't know the details yet. The entire thing works around one specific buff with 2 stages, Heating Up and Hot Streak. Both of these will be generated by critting, but in order to get Hot Streak, you need to crit twice in a row. Why is this important? Hot Streak will make your 2 big spells, Pyroblast and Flame Strike, be instant. That is the entire core idea, and to complement that, you got plenty of funny tools. Fire Blast and Phoenix Flames, for example, are guaranteed critical strikes, so you can ensure to get Hot Streak whenever you have Heating Up already. And then there's Combust. For the longest time, the most insane cooldown in the game. During this effect, not only are you a walking match with the aesthetics of a flamethrower, you have 100% crit chance followed by a big mastery increase and just overall more flat damage due to some incredible enhancing talents. Oh, and don't be fooled by the 2-minute cooldown, as you got a handful of things to lower that cooldown simply by spamming the ever-living hell out of your stuff. The last time I played Fire, it was the most insane experience during Combust, but outside of it, you could pretty much just go AFK, but not anymore. With both either Sun Fury as a hero talent or Sun King's Blessing, you got plenty of extra things to do outside of your usual Combust window. And without going into more details, as at this point in the recording I was testing talents out a lot. Let me say this, when it comes to range DPS, this is probably the closest thing to a melee you can get. Incredibly spamming, barely hard casting, I'm already in love, man. Though at this point I'm not certain on when I should just use Pyroblast or when I should use Flame Strike. Apparently those 2 choices depend on your talent build and I got no idea. Yet, more on that later. My first personal goal is to maximize the efficiency of my buttons using Combust. Because I'm playing with Unleashed Inferno and every button used lowers my Combust cooldown. Another little minigame I need to get used to is the buff uptime of Feel the Burn. Phoenix Flames and Fire Blast will grant you a buff for more damage, which is stackable, and during Combust, it's a no-brainer to have that thing active at all time. But outside of it, it can be a bit tricky. Nonetheless, it feels really good when you blow your load and you can see some numbers pop off. Yeah, I was not able to compete with those 2 bad boys whenever I had no Combust to my name, but when I had it, boy oh howdy was it doing some serious damage. What else did happen here? Well, nothing besides a few missed happens. Okay. But our Warlock wanted to gate skip, but our DK had the YOLO approach already in full effect. We double pulled, clean wipe. Other than that, this was a pretty smooth, no wait, another full wipe on Mistcaller due to lack of kick and a lack of CR. But even with that, we eventually timed it, being it actually barely, and we got our first item instantly, which was a neck, which was one of the few I had on champ already. That's sad. With that, it is time to play my own key, and here I had a decision to make. I could have invited this 592 druid alongside this 627 red paladin friend, but I decided against that. Not because of a potential boost, but because I don't invite Restros. Just kidding. I would have taken the druid, but I want to learn to play my spec even more, which means I can't use somebody who just tears a new asshole into every new enemy within seconds. However, besides me trying to press the right buttons during Combust, this +2 Grimbatol was very uneventful, so I'ma just quickly show you the good stuff, which is the loot. Cause again, I got an item. For the 2nd dungeon in a row, #blessed, Champion Headpiece, which I'm not sure if I will use for now, since the one I got a socket slot and I probably won't upgrade them much for now. So, semi-upgrade? Ah well. But now we are talking gaming. +4 mists. And +4 means we finally got fortified as the 2nd affix rolling, which includes a big bump to HP for trash mobs. Meaning I don't feel bad to use Combust as soon as it's ready anymore. And just so I can show some dominance and to prove I am him, I got myself another Fire Mage in the party. Rather is similar to my item level, but clearly did a lot more keys. So let's go. He was also playing Sun Fury, while I played the Frostfire hero talents. And so we got some straight comparison right now. I like that. Granted, it was pretty hilarious to see who got combust up during pulls, but quite often I still felt myself being hesitant about using combust. And then you had those pulls where both of us just got cooked by the prot paladin damage, but I'm sure I know what you want to see. I got spooned by Fido, bro. Holy hell. Our shaman even got the changeling and I just assumed he needs it, so I absolutely did not expect this conversation. Missed my chance for a potential champ upgrade on this insane trinket. Back in the day, I would have yoinked that shit so fast without any hesitation. However, I was focused on something else. In true Degen fashion, I blamed my lack of overall damage on my talent build, and so I simply copied his build to see what's good. This also means to play Sun Fury now. I told you I skip around in talents a lot today. With that new build and enough copium that the lack of damage wasn't actually my fault, we continued our journey towards the Stone Vault. Again, my key, again, +4. Look at that, dude!
Wow.
Bro, Sun Fury is busting! But while the burst felt insanely good with the combust rolling, and even after it, since you got an extra buff to just spam instant pyros, the time outside of combust felt really weird. Though it makes sense considering how fast you get combust back. Apparently this build also has you spam pyroblast even on AoE to maximize the ignite ticking damage instead of using flame strike. Which means Stone Vault is a perfect dungeon for that, as you always got some big HP targets to rail into the ground. And it shows. Overall damage went up quite a bit even though it's still far away from 1 million. Ooh, another item. Lamppost is blessed, baby. However, to every one of you thinking, oh, why doesn't he get himself the big weapon crafty yet? I got one thing to say. I forgot. So now is the time where I was streaming and when the first few of you saw what class this series is about, so I was pretty much happy to talk to you about the mage and how fun it was. What was also fantastic is that one of my longtime viewers, Eluria, was in the chat here as well. That dude is some grade A mage gamer and I was happy to take any tips and tricks that came my way for Fire Mage. He talked to me about what talents are decent and why Frostfire seemingly is better right now than Sun Fury, even though I had a lot of PEWPEW with it. He also explained to me that besides making some flavor choices, you can actually also make the entire build around ignite damage, which is the one that I mentioned in the Stone Vault, where you simply smash Pyroblast on some big HP targets, or you can run an actual Flame Strike build that will blow your socks off during combust like there's no tomorrow. So, as we easily walk through this city of Dreadski with nearly no problems, besides me taking an unholy amount of avoidable damage, I was eager to get my hands on the cutting edge Eluria Mythic Plus build, which is the one I will link you in the comments. I was actually heavily debating the choices between Sun King's Blessing and just the way quicker reset on combust, but he assured me it will make more sense, even if it means to hardcast the Pyroblast every now and then, so I trusted. And while our gear was a bit higher at this point, 598 to be exact, I'ma just shut up and show you the numbers. Damn! Okay, so how does Sun King's Blessing work? Every 10 hot streaks you consume, which we learned is the instant Pyroblast or Flame Strike, whenever you hardcast one of each abilities, you get a smaller combustion ready to be sent flying. This is pretty solid considering we run with Flame Accelerant, which gives us a way quicker hardcast anyways. And how insane it is to have a quick combust ready even though your actual combust is on cooldown, well, how about you look for yourself? Pretty much 200k more overall compared to our last run. I'd say that's a fat improvement, as we are close to the 1 mil DPS mark already. And I was feeling it. I liked the build, I liked the class, I liked setting shit on fire. I was unstoppable. I was unstoppable.